Hi, I'm Karissa Vacker, and welcome back to Sleepwave, a podcast where we let waves of relaxation wash over you through original sleep meditations and hypnosis created to help you fall asleep tonight. And don't worry if you don't hear the end of an episode. I encourage you to drift off whenever you're ready. I'd just like to say a quick hello to all of our original and new listeners this week, as it looks like our little wave is growing. If you find that our podcast helps you sleep better or you just enjoy hanging out with us, please take a second to leave a short review of Sleepwave on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us, as we really love reading those reviews. And it'll also help us grow and reach more people who may need help with their sleep right now. For several years, I taught acting at a studio in Los Angeles to people in their late teens and early 20s. One thing we would work on was connecting to the breath, since breathing is so tethered to emotion. Whenever I would first ask my students, "Are you breathing?" I often got a scoff in response. They would say, "Of course I'm breathing. I'm alive." Yes, that's true. But how is your breath? Is it deep or shallow? Quick or slow? Flowing deep into your belly as you inhale, or moving up high into your shoulders? That would elicit a slower response. For many of us, the quality of our breath is not something we think about, and becoming conscious of it is a skill. Much like becoming conscious of your breath can be a useful skill, one of the most powerful benefits of meditation is that you gain the ability to actually hear your own thoughts. One of the first times I tried meditation was after a yoga class. We sat in a group and closed our eyes for 15 minutes or so. I'm sure we all looked rather zen, but I had my eyes squeezed shut and was having the deep desire to get up and run out of the room. I realized sitting with myself and hearing my thoughts was not as relaxing as I assumed it would be, and, in fact, was pretty uncomfortable. Over time, though, it became less uncomfortable, and I was able to watch my thoughts and not immediately react to them, at least some of the time. Unsurprisingly, the breath and thoughts are always working in tandem. If you are out for a run and your breath is fast, your mind is probably invigorated too. When you deepen and consciously slow your breath, your whirling thoughts slow down too. What all this points to is the simple practice of listening. Listening to your mind and body can give you choices. Is a particular thought serving you? Can you slow down your breath when you're feeling stressed? Tonight, we're going to explore that even further as we meditate on the stillness and steadiness of a mountain. Whether you've been meditating for years or this is your first time, we're just going to be here together, breathe deeply, and gently become aware of our own thoughts so that sleep can come easier. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow might feel a little brighter too. This is As Steady as a Mountain by Billy Gill. Your mind is a powerful tool. Because it is so powerful, there is a great need to hone and refine its tendencies, its energies, its potential. Most people underestimate their own minds, both in its ability to solve problems and to create them. Throughout the ages, people have seen that the mind can be a source of strength, stability, and growth. But it can just as easily contribute to anxiety, despair, and an impressive variety of ways to suffer. The Buddha taught that One way the mind can manifest its influence over us is through a phenomenon known as mental formations. These are a way of describing the various feelings, sensations, perceptions, and moods that arise and take shape within us to create a state of consciousness. We've all experienced this phenomenon, but very rarely do we notice while it's happening. The state of being anxious, for example, rarely dawns on us until it has subsided to some degree, and we are able to reflect, or alternatively, until we bring some quality of mindfulness to our current state. If you are listening to this, you are a meditator, which means that you practice bringing conscious attention to what your mind does. Cultivating that attention allows a deeper insight to emerge. You begin to see the mental formations that the Buddha taught about for what they are, simply transient fluctuations which will eventually subside. Unless and until you see these mental formations in this way, it's as though the powerful tool of the mind has run amok, and instead of being put to use, the tool is now putting you to use. You essentially become your state of mind for a period of time until you finally realize that you were anxious. Meditation trains you to remain calm and steady as these mental formations come and go. You become as stable as a mountain. Just as a mountain remains firm and solid regardless of the weather, tonight's sleep meditation will help you find your own intrinsic foundation so that your mind won't be able to disturb you. You will find that deep relaxation, peace, and inner stillness is always available to you once you have trained yourself to calm these mental formations. Please take all the time you need to find a comfortable position. The body and the mind are one. Whatever you do to your body, you do to your mind. Whatever you do to your mind, you also do to your body. So don't hurry into relaxation. Give yourself ample opportunity to find an optimal position for relaxation. It's personal, and your body will give you feedback about what position is best. In general, a relaxed position on your back is best, but feel free to modify this if you prefer another position. If you are lying on your back, pay attention to the natural curve of your spine. A neutral position for your spine allows for the curvature in the lower back, which curves toward the front of your body and away from the bed. You don't need to exaggerate this curve, but don't try to flatten it. Again, there is a lot of room for variation in these instructions, so always listen to the feedback your body is giving you. If your breath becomes a little more comfortable or a deep, satisfying sigh occurs, this is a good sign that you have found a suitable position for this meditation. It's okay to be somewhat formal with your physical position, especially in the beginning. You may decide to forego a pillow, which will allow for a natural curve in your neck. Just as your lower back curves away from the bed naturally, your neck has a similar curve. Your chest feels open and buoyant. If you walk your shoulder blades toward one another, your chest will expand automatically. Again, there's no need to be rigid with any of these instructions. They are general guidelines that may help you feel comfortable, calm, and steady. You will know that you have found a suitable position when your breath becomes a little smoother, a little more effortless, a little more satisfying. As you breathe, consciously follow the upward and outward path of the inhale. It may be very subtle and small movement. In the same way, observe how the out-breath follows a downward and inward pattern. Your body expands upward and outward on the inhale and relaxes downward and inward on the exhale. Again, the movement of the breath may be small or it may be deep, but that is only a matter of degrees. What is important is the movement of the breath. Inhale, rising upward and outward. Exhale, falling downward and inward. Go on breathing in this way. See if you can synchronize the up with the out as you breathe in. Synchronize the down with the in on the exhale. Go on. Mountains have always held special meanings for human beings. They orient us in our environment and anchor the communities that have grown up around them. It's no wonder they have been seen in mythology as the axis of the world. Your spine is like a mountain. It is the axis of your body, and as the central nervous system, it is the axis of your mind. As you breathe, imagine the breath is ascending the mountain of your spine. As you breathe out, feel the firm foundation of the mountain deep in the pelvis. Breathing in, say to yourself, "My spine is a mountain." Breathing out, say to yourself, "I feel steady and grounded." Breathing in, "My spine is a mountain." Breathing out, "I feel steady and grounded." Breathing in, "My spine is a mountain." Breathing out, "I feel steady and grounded." Go on repeating this affirmation with your breath for some time. From time to time, thoughts may arise and distract you. The practice of meditation is not about never becoming distracted. It's actually a good sign. Breathing up and down the mountain of your spine will open up channels of feeling, awareness, sensation, and thought. As these channels gradually open, it's as though the patterns of feeling, awareness, sensation, and thought that were obstructing the flow of vitality in your spinal axis are being released. So the seemingly random distractions are a part of the process and not distractions at all. Instead of trying to push or pull on your mind, let these mental formations come and go. You might experience them as thoughts, or perhaps a feeling or emotion. You may discover them by their names, restlessness or frustration. You can call them by their names if you like, or simply recognize their presence. As soon as you recognize that one of these mental formations has appeared, simply return to the mountain. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. You are a meditation practitioner. You are training yourself to calm the mental formations. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Thoughts, emotions, memories, fantasies are all mental formations and should be allowed to rise and fall as they will. There's no need to suppress the formations. They are a part of your personality. But just as your personality changes gradually, the mental formations are always in flux. They come, they stay for a while, then they go. Train yourself to see them for what they are. The mental formations are mist in the mountains. They will soon burn off, and the mountain will remain. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allow the mental formations to rise and fall. See them as a fine mist that is building along the mountains. They condense until they form a thundercloud, which becomes heavier and darker. The mountains are dark, and the air is intense as the thunderclouds begin to flash with lightning. The wind is blowing a bit more, and light sprinkles of rain occasionally tap on the ground. The storm is beginning to reveal itself, but the mountain remains steady and calm. Rain begins to fall in larger and larger drops, and then in sheets. The sound of thunder rumbles in the distance. The sound of thunder. The sound of thunder. Flashes of lightning bolt across the sky. Flashes of lightning. Flashes of lightning. Summer thunderstorm. Summer thunderstorm. The rain slowly lets up, and the clouds disperse. The air is clear. The storm has passed. The mountain is calm and steady. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. You are training yourself to calm the mental formations. Recognizing them as such is all that is required to do this. When you see the storm gathering in your mind, when the clouds are still forming, you can see the storm come and go. The storm may be called joy, anger, sadness, fear, worry. Let it form and flourish for a while. Don't resist it, but don't indulge it either. See the clouds part and see the mountain calm and steady. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Breathing in, my spine is a mountain. Breathing out, I feel steady and supported. Your mind is a powerful tool, but only in the hands of a skilled craftsman. If there is no skill, the powerful tool of your mind can be destructive. You are meditating, honing your craft, and becoming skillful. A tool must be used and then properly put away. When your mind reflects itself to itself, it becomes calm and steady. The foundation of your mind is anchored and solid. See the mountain as it ascends into the unknown. Your spine is the mountain. Your breath ascends the mountain into the unknown point in the middle of your brain. You breathe out and follow the path down, down, down into your pelvis. Stable, grounded, solid mountain. Solid mountain. Solid mountain. Breathe up the spine into the unknown point. Breathe down the spine into the pelvis. Stable, grounded, solid mountain. Solid mountain. Solid mountain. Recognize the mental formations as they form like rain clouds. They come, they stay for a while. They go. Let come what comes. see what remains. The storm has passed, and the mountain remains. Serene, peaceful, steady, grounded, solid. You are that steadiness that weathers any storm. As you meditate, you train your mind to be steady and calm. Your mind is anchored and still. If the mind begins to form more clouds, allow them to appear and disappear. This is the process of meditation. Gradually, steadily, you become more and more relaxed. The deep relaxation that comes from calm, steady, grounded awareness. The mind enters deep into the mountain for sleep. Calm, steady, grounded sleep. 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 Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sleep.